My name is Nader Francis. I'm a consultant surgeon at Yeovil and the Director of Training at the Griffin Institute for Robotic Surgery in London. I'm delighted that I've been invited by the chairman to read this case from 1931, which is one of thousands in the Society's archive in celebration of the Royal Humane Society's 250th anniversary. To put this into context, this was the year that Spain became a republic after the public voted for the Republican parties and the national government in Britain took over from the Labour Party. In Cambridge, Massachusetts, John Haven Emerson finished his arm-lung negative pressure ventilator, which is just in time for the polio epidemic that's continued to grow. So here's the story. At 2 p.m. on the 13th of February 1931 at Hook in Wiltshire, Alfred Butler and Leslie A. Hunt were working near the bottom of a well, which was being excavated. They were standing on a ledge of rock 25 feet from the surface when the timbering and several tons of clay behind collapsed, burying the two men. However, a board fell across the well and prevented the men from being suffocated. Albert E. Ash was the first on the scene to attempt to save the men. He slid down a rope and began to shuffle clay into buckets, which were pulled up by others. After some minutes, he himself collapsed and he had to be hauled to the surface. A ladder was then lowered and Mr. King, the contractor, went down and carried on the work with William Cole. Then P.C. England came to the scene and relieved King and was in turn relieved by P.S. Farthing. And eventually both the buried men were set free and sent up to the surface. There was a constant danger all the time of the sides of the well caving in, as the hoops had fallen in. P.S. Farthing in particular rendered good help, and Mr. King, whose men were staying in the well, stated that he is doubtful if the men would have got out alive if the police officers had not arrived, as nobody had sufficient nerve to go down the well to assist him. Royal Humane Society silver medals were awarded to the police sergeant Farthing and G.W. King, a bronze medal to police constable E.E. England, and testimonial on Vellum to Albert E. Ash and William Cole. I hope you've enjoyed this heroic rescue. The Society is a registered charity and heavily dependent on donations. You can join either as a friend for £25 per annum or £100 per annum and become a governor, which means you would receive the annual report and you can come to the AGM and meet the trustees and brave awardees. Or if you prefer, just make a donations via the website, all of which will help the Royal Humane Society in its 250th anniversary to continue to recognize bravery and saving of lives. Thank you for allowing me to share the story of bravery and self-sacrifices with you, and thank you for all your support.